So here I got a Himiway Zebra, and it is on a standard Steadyrack. That is a fat tire bike, electric bike. It's about 80 pounds, something like that. Now you can see with the standard rack, that does actually fit inside the fender. It's actually got room to spare. It does not fit inside the front, but I think just the weight of it pulls it down onto the bottom. But it does hold, like it's on there. And this might actually be the best height for this thing just because it doesn't scrape on that fender. So as long as you're careful with it, you can actually keep this guy in good shape. But you can also see I've got this Steadyrack right here. This is the fat tire one, so I'm going to hang that. I'm going to see if it fits it any better. And just in case you're wondering, I've got that at about 74 3/4 for that very top bolt. And I didn't design that for this bike. The previous bike, that's where I had that set for, and this just happened to fit in there. And this is a size 13. And the holes with the new one do line up with the old one, so if you want to just take the old one off and put the new one on, that is possible. And this bottom piece is a little bit different than the standard one, so we'll see how this works. So with the fat tire Steadyrack, we are making contact here, but it's not so much that it's really causing a problem. In fact, if I wanted to stop this from happening, I could actually just take this wire and bend it a little bit so it no longer makes contact. Surprisingly, the fender is still not making contact with the ground. So that measurement is perfect for a Himiway with a fat tire Steadyrack. So this really is going to be the only concern. The rack itself does fit underneath the fender. It is not making contact here. So it's just this. And I am perfectly happy with that. And it looks like all these caps are the same. Cool. So if you're just swapping them out, it is actually super easy. So the only real big difference is this guy right here, which is actually a little bit taller than the standard. So I would have to put another 2x4 on here, and I just don't care enough because that works. So I'm just going to stick with that. So all I'm going to do here is loosen this up a little bit so I can swivel that out of the way to provide just a little more clearance. Then I can kind of pry those apart, and if I hold this out and lock that down, that will give me, it's probably still going to make contact, but it's going to be a little bit better. There we go. I got those kind of flexed out now, and it is just barely missing on this side, and on that side it is still making contact, but it is pretty loose. So I am happy with that. So yeah, I'd say that turned out pretty good.